Hello do-it-yourselfers. For those of you who do not know how to change your oil on a 2001 Chevy Tracker, we're going to show you here today. It's going to take less than 5 minutes. This is a 2.0 liter, which means it takes 5.5 quarts of oil. Make sure you get that and your filter. Let's get started. Just go ahead and grab yourself something that the oil is going to be drained in. If you look underneath your hood right here on the driver's side, you're going to see your little oil filter right there. Directly beneath the front of the hood here, you can easily access your drain plug. Little wrench, set of sockets, and a ratchet. These are from Stanley. Nice, cheap, easy, great for do-it-yourself work. All you gotta do is look underneath the very front of your vehicle, right there. Right there's your plug. It's gonna sit straight up and down on these models. Go ahead and slide this in place. Get your extendable ratchet, 17mm 12-point socket. Get the bracket loose. There we go. Now you can reach in there by hand, twist it out. Of course, you're going to get a little bit of oil on your fingers, but you pull it out here, let it drain until there's nothing coming out. And when we'll come up here to the filter, we still got our little bucket underneath here, so we're going to go ahead and pop this off. Now, as I showed you, will need an oil filter wrench on some occasions, but these are supposed to be put on hand tight. And if somebody done the job right before you got to it, reach down in here to it with your hand, start twisting it to the left. Oh yeah, this one's breaking off here. Twist it with my fingers. Start to drain. Now we're going to try to get our filter off here. I'm going to pull it out. The reason I'm going to pull it out is because I'm going to take and I'm going to use the oil on this to lubricate the other filter and to make sure that that gasket's right there. The owner of this one got us this part here, master part 67145. Make sure everything's the same. Okay, take it. Go ahead, just make sure you get that gasket nice and oiled up. Kind of helps seal it. Then reinstall it. So for me personally, whenever you get this on here, it's easier to stand in front of the vehicle, use your right hand, put it down inside there and pull up on it. You're going to be in a blind spot, but you can feel around for where the threads are, get it started, and once again tighten it up by hand. If you want to put a filter wrench on there, you can do that. Just snug it up, don't over tighten it, and you're going to be able to test it out once you put oil in the engine. Then by the time you get done doing that, you can come back down here to the bottom, clean everything up, and it should be done draining out, and you can reinstall your plug. Go ahead and move that back out of the way, and then tighten this up. Don't over tighten it, just snug it up enough to where it's not going to leak. Now it's time to add oil. Go ahead and pull off your oil cap. Go ahead and pull out your dipstick, clean it off. Then you're going to add your oil, and in this case we're going to add the full 5 quarts here, and then we're going to check it, and it should take 0.5 more quarts. In other words, a half quart. 5.5 quarts. Now once you've added the 5 quarts to it, I'm going to check the 0.5 quarts after I start it up for a brief second. I'm going to start it, check and make sure that my plug's not leaking, make sure this filter's not leaking. After I verify that, then I will let it cool down for a few minutes. I will check the level inside the engine. I will add the other half quart as needed. Verifying that there is no leaks. Nowhere. Letting it run for a minute. Now we'll re-add our dipstick and let everything settle and then check it out. Once she's settled for a minute, we'll pull her out and give her a look. And when you first pull it off, you might have to wipe it off once or twice just to make sure that everything's good. The top dot is full. The bottom dot's about a quart low. Now I've reinserted it after I cleaned it off, pulled it back out, and it's right there. So it's not quite the 0.5 quarts. So I'm just going to add a little bit to it, and I'll check it again, make sure all the final touches are made. But as long as it's right up there to that top dot, then you've got the accurate amount of oil. If it's in between, you're about a half quart low. If it's on the main bottom dot, you're a full quart low.